Imagine hailing a car with no driver, no steering wheel, no pedals, nobody sitting up front. The car just pulls up, the door opens, and you get in. That's not science fiction. Waymo is doing that right now in San Francisco, in Phoenix, in Los Angeles, and in Austin, Texas. Real passengers, real streets, zero human driver. And Elon Musk is watching, because Tesla has been promising the exact same thing for years. Billions of dollars poured into software, millions of vehicles on the road collecting data every single day. Version after version of full self-driving, each one better than the last, each one still requiring a human to sit behind the wheel just in case. So here's the question that nobody in the industry wants to answer out loud. Is Tesla already too late? Or is the real story something much more complicated? A battle where the winner isn't the company that launched first, but the one that scales fastest. Today, we are going to break down the biggest autonomous driving showdown the world has ever seen. Tesla FSD versus Waymo. Data versus permits. Vision versus LiDAR. Elon Musk's billion-dollar bet versus Google's decade-long head start. Let's get into it. How Tesla got here, the FSD timeline. To understand where we are, we need to go back to where this started. Tesla first introduced full self-driving as a purchasable add-on back in 2019. The price then? $6,000. The promise? A car that would eventually drive itself, fully, without you needing to touch a thing. People paid for it. Hundreds of thousands of people. Not because it could do that yet, but because Elon Musk told them it would, and soon. In 2020, Musk said full autonomy was 1 year away. In 2021, he said it again. In 2022, same thing. By 2023, Tesla owners had heard the phrase so many times it became something of a running joke in the EV community. But here's what didn't become a joke: the technology itself. Because through FSD versions 1 through 11, something real was happening underneath all the missed timelines. The software was genuinely improving. Intervention rates were dropping. The car was getting better at reading the road. Then came FSD version 12 in late 2023, and it changed everything. For the first time, Tesla threw out the hand-coded rules entirely. No more engineers writing, "If there's a stop sign, do this." Instead, FSD V12 was trained end-to-end on pure video data, millions of hours of real human driving, and the neural network figured out the rules on its own. It was a philosophical shift as much as a technical one, and it worked. FSD version 13, rolled out in phases through 2025, pushed that even further. Tesla claims intervention rates dropped by 5 to 6 times compared to version 12. Many owners reported driving hundreds of miles on highways with zero takeovers required. The question is that enough? And is it enough in time? The Waymo reality check. While Tesla was iterating on software, Waymo was doing something different. They were operating. By the end of 2025, Waymo had completed over 4 million fully driverless trips. No safety driver, no remote operator holding a virtual wheel, just the car, the passenger, and the road. Their safety numbers are striking. Compared to average human drivers, Waymo's fleet shows a dramatically lower rate of crashes serious enough to deploy an airbag, and a fraction of the police-reported incident rate per mile. That's not marketing. That's regulatory data submitted to the California DMV and the NHTSA. Independent researchers have reviewed it. So how did Waymo get there when Tesla hasn't? The answer is their approach. Waymo uses what the industry calls sensor fusion, a combination of LiDAR, radar, and cameras working together. LiDAR fires millions of laser pulses per second, creating a precise 3D map of everything around the car. Radar tracks velocity through rain and fog. Cameras read signs, lights, and lane markings. Elon Musk has publicly called LiDAR a fool's errand. He's argued that if humans can drive using only eyes, cameras, then a car should be able to. It's a bold position. It's also the reason Tesla and Waymo are not just competitors. They're betting on fundamentally different visions of how autonomy works. But here's the catch with Waymo that doesn't get talked about enough. Every new city Waymo enters requires months of preparation. Human drivers in specially equipped vehicles map every road, every lane, every traffic pattern in meticulous detail. That mapping data is the foundation the self-driving system runs on. Take the car outside the mapped area, and it stops. It simply will not operate. That's a real limitation, and at current pace, scaling Waymo city by city across the United States, let alone the world, would take decades. There's also the money problem. Waymo's parent company, Alphabet, is still absorbing significant losses on the robotaxi business. The service is not yet profitable at its current scale. 4 million trips sounds like a lot, but Uber completes roughly 14 million trips per day. The gap between operational proof of concept and mass market transportation network is enormous.
Tesla's counterweapon, the data moat. This is where Tesla's argument gets genuinely interesting. Forget for a moment what FSD can do today. Look instead at what Tesla's fleet is generating every single hour. Tesla has over 6 million vehicles on the road with FSD capability enabled. Every one of those cars, even when the driver is manually in control, is collecting data in shadow mode. The cameras are watching. The neural networks are logging every edge case, every unusual situation, every moment where a human chose to brake, swerve, or yield when the software would have done something different. That fleet generates an estimated 100 million miles of driving data every single day. Waymo's entire lifetime fleet mileage, all the miles they have ever driven in testing and operation, sits somewhere around 30 to 40 million miles total. Tesla's fleet surpasses that before breakfast. Elon Musk has made this point directly. You cannot replicate what we have with LiDAR and a small fleet. The data gap is insurmountable. And mathematically, that is hard to argue with. But here's the counter-argument that Waymo and independent researchers raise, and it's worth taking seriously. Not all data is equal. Tesla's fleet is predominantly driving in suburban and residential areas, the commutes, school pickups, and grocery runs of everyday American life. Waymo's smaller fleet is operating in dense urban environments, in commercial service, encountering cyclists, jaywalkers, construction zones, and complex intersections hundreds of times per shift. Volume of data does not automatically equal the right kind of data. A neural network trained on 100 million miles of Phoenix suburbs may still fail when it encounters a cyclist hand-signaling a left turn in downtown San Francisco at rush hour. That distinction matters, and it's one Tesla has not yet fully answered.